Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'll be talking about something, not dark, but like it's kind of dark. It's not like dark, that's creepy and all, but like, it's pretty dark. So today we're going to be talking about what if Spider-Man kept the symbiote. If you don't know what the symbiote is, it is this. I'll just show you a screenshot right here now. Here is a picture of Spider-Man wearing the black suit, which is also called a symbiote, guys, whatever you want to call it. Venom. Well, Venom is like kind of a different thing, but it's kind of the same thing. So the origin of the symbiote is so it's an like alien goo thing from outer space, and of course it's a symbiote thing. And it came to Earth, and Spider-Man wanted to check that out, check something out, because what happened is like a spaceship came down, a rocket, and it had rocket came down, and the symbiote was kind of there. And it was like waiting for its prey. And there's two stories to this, by the way, I'm pretty sure. And this one. Then what happened is so Spider-Man found the symbiote. He didn't know what it was. It bonded to him. What that means is it just kind of attached to him basically. So then Spider-Man felt faster, stronger, and like he just felt like so super good. And so he felt like really powerful, and he loved the suit, but what he didn't know, it was feeding off of his emotions. So he kept getting mad at everything, and he was like super violent in it. And he was mad at everyone. His temper was really bad in it. So he decided to get rid of it one day, and he went up to a church. And they started banging off the bells, which you probably know guys what the bell is, right? And the symbiote's weaknesses are loud noises or fire. So when the symbiote heard a bell, it started getting really hurt, and then it got hurt enough for Spider-Man to peel the suit off of him. And then the symbiote found a new host. His name is Eddie Brock, and then the symbiote basically became Venom. Anyway, that's enough of the origins. So yeah, we're going to be talking about what if Spider-Man actually kept the black suit, or the symbiote, whatever you want to call it. So let's just get straight into it. So Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, he's been Peter Parker at the moment with still the symbiote reactions on. So if that makes sense. But anyway, he's been really rude to his friends. He thinks he should get rid of the symbiote. So he goes to the church. He just wants to have a thought of what he should do, or yeah. So he just wants to see what he wants to do, and he decides this. So Spider-Man hits off the bells, and the symbiote starts going crazy, and then the symbiote just says this to Peter Parker in his head, because the symbiote can kind of talk to Peter Parker, only to Peter. But so the symbiote is saying to Peter that you should keep us. You need us. You're so much powerful, and you don't need friends. All you need is our power. And Peter he doesn't know what to do, guys. He's like, should I keep the suit, or should I not? So he tries to peel the suit off and off and off, but then he decides something awful. He keeps the suit, guys. Spider-Man keeps the suit. So then what happens is he just swings off. And the symbiote was just like this. Good choice. They start doing some evil crap. I don't know if that's a bad name. I mean a bad word, but it doesn't matter. They start doing really evil stuff. So Peter wants money, so he tries to get some money by robbing a bank. Goes into the vault, breaks everything, and just steals the money. So of course you guys know Jonah Jameson. He kinda hates Spider-Man. And now that he has proof of Spider-Man robbing a bank, he's gonna put that onto the papers. So Spider-Man sees that paper, and he gets really mad, really mad. Spider-Man swings by the Daily Bugle. He wants a word with Jameson. Sneaks into Jameson's office. He webs Jameson to him, and he's like, "How dare you insult me?" And then Jameson is like, "Well, you were a menace, so you deserve this anyway." And then Spider-Man does something awful, and he chokes Jameson. I know this is kind of dark, but he strangles him to death. So, yeah, Spider-Man has kind of fully turned to the dark side. Spider-Man looked over the city of New York after killing Jameson. It is nighttime now, raining, very rainy outside. Spider-Man is just looking over the town. He sees people that are talking about him. He overhears everything. Then the cops come to look for Spider-Man after the murder he committed. And Spider-Man he wants like beef with the police, you could say. So Spider-Man is not afraid of the police. He wants to actually fight them. He doesn't mind if he gets shot because he can just regen with the symbiote. So he goes after the there's a police car with 2 police officers in it, looking for Spider-Man. Spider-Man swings down to them. Spider-Man comes down, lands on the police car's roof. The police officers look up, see Spider-Man from their window, get out of the car, try to shoot him, but Spider-Man gets hit by the bullets, but he regens really quick. So, yeah, Spider-Man fights them, kills them as the same as Jameson, but in different ways. One he kind of strangled them as well, but with his web, and the other one punched it on the ground constantly. Spider-Man has gone very, very evil, guys. There's nothing left in him. Literally nothing left in him. No good left in him, I should say. So Spider-Man goes to the police department, have more beef with the police, basically. Meanwhile, at the police station, Captain Watanabe, also known as Yori Watanabe, was called captain of the police force, is just there thinking. She used to be friends with Spider-Man because she didn't know he was Peter Parker. And anyway, because they always used to, stop crime, and yeah, Spider-Man was just handy. But now he's gone evil. He's killed people. He's killed and killed. Yuri does not want to arrest Spider-Man because they are very close. But she has no choice. So what she does, she knows Spider-Man is coming to the police station, and she maybe makes one of the worst choices of her life. Yes, Yuri Watanabe lets some of Spider-Man's villains let loose. I don't know what she was thinking. She doesn't know herself. And of course, they're villains. They just attacked her. And then they were raiding the whole police station. There was Scorpion, Electro, Rhino, and Mr. Negative. Spider-Man sees there is fire at the police station, and he kinda goes there to try to stop them. Well, not the police station either, by the way, guys. It's this raft, the raft, if you guys know what that is. I don't know why I kept saying the police station. It's the raft. But yeah, Spider-Man goes to the raft, and he tries to see what's going on. And he sees Yuri on the ground, just leaves her there, walks past him, or should I say her, and just webs up to see what's happening. And out of nowhere, his spider sense tingles, and he dodges some lightning. He sees that Electro try to shock him, but Electro tries to shock him some more and more, and then he kind of hovers over to him. Then they kind of start having a big brawl until Spider-Man gets really mad. So there's water near the raft, so Electro gets dumped into the ocean by Spider-Man. Nearly kills him, but it doesn't somehow. Spider-Man has second thought to bring them out of the water, but just to punch him in the face constantly, and he dies. So that's Electro gone. Then out of nowhere, the spider sense tingles again, and he sees Vulture in the air. He dodges Vulture's attack, and Vulture and him again just start having a big brawl. And yeah, they fight until Vulture goes really high in the air because he has enough. He gets enough beat until he wants to recover. Spider-Man webs onto him, breaks his wings, and then Vulture's in the air falling, and then Spider-Man webs off. He survives, but unluckily for Vulture, he dies from what's called dying from fall damage. Well, not damage, but you know what I mean. Next we have Mr. Negative. Mr. Negative tries to hit Spider-Man with his negative sword thing. Spider-Man dodges it, of course, because he has Spider-Man's gone really powerful now and he can dodge everything. What's it called? You guys probably know what I'm gonna say. Yeah, Mr. Negative and Spider-Man have a big brawl. And then Mr. Negative tries to hit Spider-Man with a sword. Spider-Man just grabs the sword and kind of stabs Mr. Negative with it, and then Mr. Negative dies. So that's the end of Mr. Negative. Now for Scorpion. Scorpion actually lands a hit on Spider-Man, poisons him, and Spider-Man's having illusions, but his symbiote was able to help him. And then so he's out of the illusion already, and that's usually new because Spider-Man takes ages to get out of Scorpion's illusions. And then so it's called Spider-Man's like this Scorpion. He's like, with my new power, I am unstoppable. Scorpion runs away in terror. I know that's surprising. And then Spider-Man just webs him over to him, and then he punches him on the ground. He gets his spiky thing he poisons people with, or whatever. I don't know what he called those for Scorpions. I don't know, I'm dumb. But anyway, he just stabs Scorpion with his own tentacle thing, and that's the end of Scorpion in a GIF as well. Now on to Rhino. Rhino is there smirking and laughing, like he's like, this to Spider-Man, you have finally had some sense to kill all of us, but there's only one of us that you can't kill, and that's me. Rhino said to Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man's just like this to Rhino, give me your best shot. Rhino charges at Spider-Man. Spider-Man gets impaled, but he doesn't die. It's because he gets super healing, because the symbiote can heal him. That's one of the symbiote's powers. So Spider-Man like barely hurted, and then Rhino's like, I love that new suit of yours. It makes you more stronger and more of a challenge. Rhino tries to punch Spider-Man, and he tries to hit him like more times. Spider-Man keeps dodging it, and yeah, so this fight is gonna be longer, and so they keep fighting, and they go through the raft, like breaking through the building and stuff, until Spider-Man and him are on top of the raft. Spider-Man breaks Rhino through the roof, and Rhino lands and nearly kills, but Rhino's really powerful as well, so he would be able to survive that. So he doesn't actually get nearly killed, but anyway, so Spider-Man has him on the ground. Rhino's bet, and what's called Spider-Man does, you guys know what he's gonna do. He's gonna kill Rhino. Yes, so he just chokes Rhino and chokes him until he dies, and Rhino dies. In reality, though, that fight was actually a long time, but it wasn't YouTube-wise, Spider-Man also killed Yuri Watanabe on the way out as well, because he knows what's called Yuri would try to stop him. But anyway, Spider-Man looks down over the city, and he kind of has a loud what do you call them? Microphones, what am I saying? And he screams all over the city, like, yeah, I own you guys now. And what happens then is everyone just bows to him because he's too powerful to defeat. And yeah, Spider-Man rules supreme right now at the moment. You guys know when the raft, when the villains broke out. Also, Cletus Cassidy broke out of prison as well. He's like a serial killer, and he also is Carnage, one of their symbiotes. He's a red symbiote, he's a really psychopath. Anyway, he tries finding the Carnage symbiote, which is the red symbiote. He finds it eventually. No, it's a bit random, but I can't think of anything else. He finds the Carnage symbiote, puts it on, of course, like a maniac, and yes, Carnage is back, guys. Carnage hears that Spider-Man has took over the city with the symbiote, and Carnage kinda wants to rule now because he's kinda jealous of Spider-Man. No, he's a psychopath. So Carnage wants to kill Spider-Man right now, and so he can take his place. And yeah, that's exactly what he does. He swings to try to find Spider-Man. Eventually, he's blowing things up with fire. He's making stuff on fire and stuff with like oil canisters, whatever their name are. And what happens is Carnage finally gets Spider-Man's attention. Spider-Man swings to see what's going on, sees Carnage is back. Both of them have a big brawl, a really big brawl. Both of them have their costumes ripped, but of course they can just get their costume back because the symbiote just always attach itself back together. So that's what they both do. And what happens now? So they're on top of the Oscorp building fighting, and what happens then is this. So Carnage knocks out Spider-Man, throws him off the Oscorp building, webs him up, and then he swings down with Spider-Man to see if he's gonna die or not. And yeah, he keeps punching him, knocking him out before he hits the ground, because Spider-Man of course keeps waking up. And then what happens then is Spider-Man hits the ground, guys. I know you guys are probably saying he can just get what's called symbiote to heal him, but know what happens now? Carnage rips the symbiote off of him, and the black symbiote also merges with Carnage now. So there's a red symbiote and black symbiote in Carnage now. So it's red and black now. And you guys, if there's another guy in the comics, his name is Carnage. He's basically a big guy. He's the same, you know, if the black symbiote and red symbiote, which is Venom and Carnage, if they merge together, so it's Carnage. So that's how Carnage becomes. He becomes Carnage, and he actually takes over the city and destroys everything in his sight. And that's it, guys. That's the story. I hope you guys enjoyed my fan theory. If Spider-Man kept the black symbiote, it did become like a plot twist in the end with Carnage coming and stuff. But if you guys did enjoy, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe if you know it's a little bit. So video I upload. Bye, guys.